Hi, my name is Ahmed Geidam. I am the founder of Yochi Football Academy Dubai. And today I'm excited to be joined by my guest, who is also my big brother, my partner with me here.
Yeah, Coach Marcello is my name. I've been coaching football for the past 15 years now. And by special grace of God, I have a lot of experience on grassroots football because I'm an international and a local grassroots football advocate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, that's great. Okay, speaking of that, coach, let me start by asking you, with your vast experience in grassroots development, what do you think of football tournament, especially for grassroots? How important it is for young players to be participating in a football tournament?
Yeah, there are three, we call it three T's in football: teach, train, and tell. All those things impact a lot in the development of grassroots football.
Mm,
So by the time the kids have this knowledge and they go into the tournament proper,
mm,
that tournament will help them to expose them. The confidence will be there,
mm,
and they will really they are going to compete, in order to win. But
mm,
in a real sense, so tournament for grassroots development is not all about winning.
mm,
It's all about participation, and it's all about being happy
mm.
that you participated in tournament. But in the other way around, it help to expand the knowledge of the players, and they understand how to
Mm.
start helping themselves in
Mm.
future through football.
Yeah, I like that part when you mention that it's not about winning, it's about participation, because you find out many people or coaches, even parents for under 10, under 12, even under 8, you see them really looking forward for their kids to win, pushing that mentality of winning on the kids. But personally, I also think it's not healthy. At that age, it's all about participation, it's about exposure, it's about confidence, it's about growing, and enjoying themselves while they play the game. I think it should be from the age of 14 and above, when even above that, when we start instilling, the winning mentality in them. Yeah. So speaking of that, actually, speaking of the tournament, I'm excited, and we are all excited to announce that we are hosting a football tournament in Abuja next month, September. It's a tournament for private schools across the best private schools across Abuja. When we are targeting, it's a 3-category tournament. It's for the primary school category, the junior secondary school category, and the senior secondary schools category. And like Coach said, this tournament is to bring these boys together in a competitive setting where they play together, they enjoy themselves, and also compete in a way that will help them, build confidence, gain exposure, and interact with other kids. So it's going to be on the 14th of September for the primary school category. It's a one-day tournament. And then on the 21st September for the junior secondary school tournament, and then on 28th September for the senior secondary school tournament. And during this tournament, we're going to have all kinds of trophies. We'll have the team trophies for the champions, obviously, and then medals for first, second, and third, gold, silver, and bronze, and also individual trophies. We're going to have the best player trophy, which is been called Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or for the best player.
Best player.
And then we'll have the top goal scorer
Yeah.
trophy, which is obvious for the player that
Maybe
scored.
we'll discover another Osimhen.
Oh, another Osimhen, exactly. Or who
Yeah.
knows, obviously. So top goal scorer for the player that scores the most goals, and they will have best goalkeeper.
Yeah, best
Of course, the goalkeeper that saves the most, and help his team concede less goals.
We're gonna get another Yama.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then we'll have the fair play, because again here, the fair play is to encourage them to play safe, to build sportsmanship. We don't want a situation where it's becomes like a war. It's not a war. It's a game where they enjoy themselves. So there's going to be a fair play award for the most conducted player who conduct himself well on the pitch. And then there's going to be the best coach as well. We're considering the coaches also. We want the coaches to put these boys together because it's all about the boys. How you put your boys together, how they enjoy themselves on the pitch really is important in the development of these young boys. So we'll have the best coach award, and then we'll have even the referees. We're not leaving the referees out.
Yeah, Coach. What we are gonna do in Abuja next month is all about those days when we are in primary school and when we are in secondary school. They used to call it school sports.
School
That we
sports,
used to
exactly.
compete. That time
Yes.
we have to trek a far distance to go and participate against the other
Exactly.
school. It's all about having fun.
Participation.
It's all about
Yeah.
being happy. And
Yes.
they tell you go and represent your school. Go and by that
Exactly.
time in the assembly ground,
Mm.
they will announce the
No,
players.
no,
They
exactly.
these
And
are
I
the ones
appreciate them
that
for
are going to represent the school. So
Yeah.
it's going to be nice. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have the medical team
On ground, yeah.
and the security will be there.
Yeah.
All the logistics will be
Absolutely.
provided. It's a good one.
Yeah, actually, just like you said, what we're trying to do is to create that platform that allows these boys to come and compete in a way that will ensure their development, and also to be themselves. Because, like you said, when you know that I'm representing my school,
of course,
I'm here to represent, and there are, so many other kids who are looking up to us to win and bring the trophy back to our school, and to be presented to the whole school on the assembly ground. It's really give them some different level of pride. So I think it's going to be an exciting tournament for these boys, and we look forward to ensuring that it is safe for them. It is fun, and exciting. That's why, like you said, we're going to have the medical team on ground. We're going to have ambulance on site. We're going to have security. We're going to have all teams that will ensure. Even we're going to be taking a live record of the game. It's going to be on our website instantly while the game is going on. There's going to be all the updates, live on site. And then we are going to have a lot of, fun together with these boys.
Yeah, Coach, one thing about this tournament, it's free.
Absolutely. I like that part.
No, you pay nothing.
Yes.
It's free. So
absolutely free.
This is a very good opportunity for us to go back to Nigeria and give back to the society.
To the society.
And
that's right.
What we have been clamoring for.
Absolutely.
So we are not doing it because we have the whole money in this world. We are doing it because we have the interest of the country.
Absolutely.
We want to. Who knows? You can discover the
next Jijo Okocha, the next Kanu Wanko, the next Ahmed Musa.
Ahmed Musa. So that's it. So coming to what you mentioned earlier about having fun, I used to tell when I was in national soccer school, they used to tell us something. They said, if a kid come to football, it needs to be happy.
Absolutely.
And go back to the parents.
Yes.
You don't need to be angry. You don't need to cry.
Yeah,
but sometimes like someone like me, when I play football, when I was small, younger, I play football. We call it backman that time. I used to play from the back it. Oh. That time, if by any means you dribble me and score goal, I'd cry.
Yeah, I understand.
So that, in the other way around, that makes me to put a lot of effort.
Exactly.
I want to be better. So sometimes it's not really bad when you see them shedding tears. Maybe they couldn't get it right and they're shedding tears. It's not something that you'll be worried about. It's something that you just take it easy, encourage them and encourage them that look, football will not finish today.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow is another day. This is a slogan.
Yeah.
And once a competition happens, it's all over.
Yeah.
So you wait for the next.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I mean, expressing their emotions as a kid is important. It's part of the growth. They should be able to learn. We need to see them when they are winning,
yeah.
how they express themselves, and we need to see them when they're losing.
Yeah.
You know, it's important. You don't stop them. Let them express themselves. If they want to cry, if they want to share some tears, they feel disappointed, it's okay. It's part of the development.
Yeah.
Because without that, they will not grow into a well-rounded football players and individuals. So I think it's exciting. We look forward to seeing a lot of because eventually some people will win,
Yeah.
some people will lose.
Yes, it's all
So the
about.
yeah,
It's all about-
and
it's all
and
about
but then ultimately it's not about winning or
Yeah.
losing. It's
So,
about participating. It's about competing.
Yeah.
It's about being in that environment that allow you to be yourself.
Yes.
And this is what we want to see these boys. We want to see them be themselves on the pitch. Let them express themselves. Whatever they know about football, bring it on. Play and have fun. That is primary. That's why we're even calling on the coaches, the representatives of the schools. They shouldn't push these boys to put them in a position where it must be a win. It's not a do or die affair. It's an opportunity for them to express themselves. We want them to have fun.
Like I
from the
said,
beginning to
like
the
I
end.
said earlier, it's all about having fun.
Yeah.
It's all about the kids expressing themselves.
Mm.
It's all about doing what you know how
Yeah.
to do best.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you allow them to do what they feel
Absolutely.
they can do. You know, I recall when we play in the league here in Dubai. One certain time I went with some players. So one of them said to me, my goalkeeper said to me, Coach, I think 11 years, Coach, I don't want to be goalkeeper today. Please,
Okay.
I don't want to be goalkeeper today. I was like, what do we do? We don't have any other goalkeeper. Coach, just permit me to play. So I was lucky. One of the captains then said, okay, Coach, can I have the glove? I can be the captain. You know that the boy scored 2 goals.
Wow. The goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper that couldn't. He never even tried to be like.
Yes.
He just scored. Once he got the ball, he keep on shooting
Wow.
until he get the goal. So he was happy that I allowed him to do what he wanted.
What he feel like doing at
At
that point in
age,
time.
At that
Yeah.
age, it's all about you know, being the coaches should be like their father, their mother.
Exactly.
In that aspect.
I think I like this part, Coach. You know, this means while these boys are growing up, you don't push them into playing a position they're not comfortable in. You allow them to express different positions, different, experiences. That will help. Like you said, now he was a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Probably he didn't practice for scoring and all, but then eventually, because he felt like today I don't want to be a goalkeeper. If you had pushed him, maybe you concede more goals. To the 2 goals he scored, that would have been against you. You know, but I think that's a very good point. So in the end, especially for the tournament, I would like to call on everyone in Abuja to come out and support these boys. You know, it's an opportunity for them to participate and have fun. We're calling on parents, teachers, everyone to come out and support these boys. It's going to be on the 14th, 21st, and 28th September next month. So we look forward to having an exciting tournament and exciting participation from these kids. So now, Coach, moving forward.
Coach, before we move to the other topic, it's all about community, because it's all about building a community, building a football like a tournament that comprises of people, around a community, so that the kids in that community, the kids in those schools, will have sense of belonging.
Absolutely.
So this is what the tournament is all about, and we want everybody to participate, like participation in the sense that they have to come and witness and support the boys and everything.
Yeah, that's the part that is important, because when these boys know that I have my mom on the stand, I have my friends watching me, cheering me on, it gives them some kind of pride and confidence to be able to play their best. Yeah, so I think, I totally agree with you. And of course, we are trying to, this tournament is going to be the beginning of something really big, because we believe as football coaches, we believe that tournament is part of the player development. There has to be, these boys have to be competing on a regular basis that will allow them to grow exponentially in the football. So yep, coach, now moving on to the football academy itself. Now we are here in Dubai. We have 2 branches here, but we're planning to step into Nigeria and to start another branch in Nigeria, probably more branches. And ultimately, we from our experiences, we understood the gap with regards to grassroots player development. I believe that's where we are going to start. So, coach, tell me how important it is, with regards to grassroots development. What is more important? Is it just the kids playing, or having the right coaching to be able to help these boys grow? Which one is important? Because the reason why I ask this, I see mostly people just, because some coaches just put these boys out there to just kick the ball and play without having proper coaching them. So which one is most important in player development? Having the right coaching, or just these kids playing?
So, coach, it is 3 factors.
Mm.
1, infrastructure.
Okay.
2,
Mm.
the coaching.
Okay.
3,
Mm.
the keys.
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
when we talk about infrastructure, somebody will say, "Oh, those days people were playing on the sand, and they better play in the national team." Those days are gone. Now we need a proper facilities.
Yes.
We need the proper facilities, which you don't really, to be honest with you, we don't really have that in Africa.
Yeah,
Which
that's right.
some of us have been advocating for that. But whichever way, we're going to make do of what we have. And the coaching aspect is really important, because sometimes we do respect some of due to the economic situation, some of the coaches they don't have enough fund, to be going for refresher courses, to be refreshing with
their
their
knowledge.
knowledge and everything. So that makes them to start, recycling, going back to old system of doing something. But we that are opportune to be over here, some of us, we struggle and hustle and get some money to do the refreshing courses. That's what give us the advantage. Then concerning the kids here, we understand that every kid in Africa, especially Nigeria, want to play for national team.
Yeah.
He want to play for Super Eagles, for Flying Eagles, for Golden Eaglet. So we have the talent. The only thing is just to bring the talent together, harness them. I mentioned the 3 T's: teach, tell, and train. Once that is done, you will see them, growing gradually.
Well, I totally agree with you with regards to even the coaching aspect. I think football is always evolving. Football is always changing. It's no more the traditional way of the game has changed completely with regards to the involvement of technology and so many tactical aspects. So if I understood what you're saying, coaches need to be updating their knowledge to be able to impact these boys, with the development. But unfortunately, most coaches still use the traditional old-fashioned way of training kids, which is workload. But I personally believe it's not all about the workload of the physical workload. I mean, but it's also comes down to the the knowledge of the game. What I understood recently is there's a huge gap between a coach that just come and set up and just let the kids train and tell them what to do, and the coach that really, pass the right information. Because let me give you an example. If you come, it's a passing drill session, and you just set up your markers, your cones, and you tell them, okay, we're just going to do passing. Yes, they might be passing the ball, maybe you give them some of the information you want. But then if you don't tell them why they are passing the ball, you give them the objectives, they will not grasp the real purpose of passing. You know what I mean? So I think there's a huge difference. I see many coaches just putting these boys, playing without, giving them the right information.
Like you pointed out, My philosophy as a coach is I always use information to play formation.
Yeah.
So when you say, okay, I want you to play 3 at the back, 4 at the back, 5 at the back, it's not enough. It's enough for you to give them the right information. Like when a kid is passing a ball, what part of the leg is he supposed to use to pass the ball? Inside of the foot. He used that inside of the foot. So when he's shooting, what part of the foot is he going to use to shoot?
To shoot, yeah.
You have to use the laces. You know, all those things are very, very, very important.
Yes.
All those details are important. So, and another thing in Grassroots, it's all about having a real program, which goes to do with organization first.
Exactly.
So when you have that organization, if you can organize the kids properly and put them, the error of maybe you are doing shooting and you allow 10 kids to be on the line on the same line shooting.
Yeah.
So you are just making it boring.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be on a very high tempo. Maybe 2, 3, they shoot, the other one go, shoot, the other one go, all those stuff. So it's very important to come up with a very different concept that will help the kids,
I think in addition to what you said, I think there are 3 areas for football coaching, especially for an effective session, for a coach to be the best for these kids. I think the first is planning, which has to do with the organization. You have to plan, you have to know what am I going to give this session, these boys during this session? What are we really working on today? You have to plan properly, you have to have your session plan. And then secondly, execution. Which is part of what I mentioned regarding the information, ensuring that they follow, they do it right and get the right information. And the third one is reflection. You want to reflect after the session. You want to look at what happened, which areas needs to be improved and all. So that will allow you the next session to improve on the
review what you have done for the day. And to help you to progress.
Absolutely. So with these 3, I think there will always be an effective session, and that is what you want. You want the session to be effective, to be fun, engaging, and exciting for the boys. So this is one of the reasons, understanding all of these things, using technology, player performance analysis, where you put these boys through the footage of what they have done in the past to correct them, to show them where they need to improve and all of that. I think with all of this thing, this is what we're putting together and bringing to the country to start the Yochi Football Academy in Abuja, precisely at Wuse Zone 5. We started in October, 5th October, and then we primarily for us, it's to play our part, to also contribute in the player development, because there's huge gap. Like you said earlier, talent, we have the talent. But the reality is talent is not enough.
Talent
is not enough. Talent only wouldn't take you nowhere. There has to be a development. The talent needs to be developed, needs to be nurtured, needs to be, needs to grow. So, and the only way to do that, it's by having a proper coaching environment. And this is what exactly we're creating, we're bringing to the country. We want to ensure we're bringing our expertise, we're bringing our equipments, we're bringing our knowledge, we're bringing our effort, and our passion, because it's very important. Let me give you a quick story. For me, actually, personally, my dream now, growing up, my dream was to play a professional football player, actually, precisely to play for Arsenal. I'm a big fan of Thierry Henry. I love Arsenal growing up, especially in 2005-2006 during the 2002 season. I love Arsenal. So, but then eventually eventually I'm not able to become professional now. So my dream, now that I'm a coach, professional coach, I really want to help, to see that we produce the next Thierry Henry, the next JJ Okocha, the next Kanu Wonku, and and all of that. So that is what we're bringing to the country, to ensure that we help in bridging the gap with regards to player development. And not only that, we're not just coaching them. We're not just going to coach them and then that's it. No, we're also creating a pathway. We coach them, we present them to scouts with our international network across UAE and Europe. It's very important because that's one thing I also realized in Nigeria, which we need to at least, I think, educate people. Most people around football players, the players themselves, the agents, the scouts, the parents, they only focus on scouting opportunity. I see many young players, I'm so good player, can you get me a scouting opportunity? But then I think, if I'm not mistaken, the number of scouting opportunities or program that is happening in Nigeria, you cannot put a number to it. It's a lot every single year. But how many players are actually making it? There's so many players that have even gone to Europe and come back. So what does that mean? There is a problem. And most people are not paying attention to that. People are spending money and time and effort getting scouting opportunity for players to go abroad. But when they go there, they don't make it. Do you know why? I think people need to understand that it's not just about the talent. They need to be prepared, which is where we come in, the coaching. You have to have the right development. Before, people need to leave the opportunity aside for a moment. Focus on the player. Is he really developed? Does he have what it takes to be scout? Is he ready? Does he have the knowledge of the game? We have 4 phases of the game, precisely 5 actually, but then the primary one, the 4 phases of the game. Does he understand, the attacking organization, the defending organization, the attacking transition, the defending transition, the set piece? Do they have all of this understanding? How do they play as a unit? All of this is what we as coaches will ensure these boys understood and learn and grow before you start thinking of taking them for scouting opportunity.
Coach, that reminds me that what we call in football is all about when you identify. You might identify like 100 players. So you have to select maybe few. Then you go down to development. I was in Port Harcourt last 2 years to run I'm also a scout. I scout all over Nigeria. So to run a football scouting program. I'm not exaggerating. I got more than 2,000 players participated. I told them that only 2 are ready.
Wow. Out of 2,000.
I told them that only 2 are ready.
You see?
Only 2 are ready. And those 2, they are here now in UAE.
Wow.
And they are really, really doing great.
Wow.
So this is, and for the past 4 years now, I've been doing that, moving to Nigeria, looking onto players and all those stuff. So the most important thing is that the coaches and the parents should work together to understand what it means to develop
these players.
Once selected by the coach, he needs development before you move him to wherever you want to move him.
Absolutely.
And another thing I keep on clamoring, and I will never stop saying that it's all about combining education and football. Education without football, this generation is null and void.
Yeah.
I tell you, a football player at the age of 34 years is gone. If he doesn't achieve anything, it's gone.
That's all.
But the only thing that's going to save him
is education.
Is a certificate. Fall back to certificate. So it's going to work hand in hand. So if we are setting up our academy, we must make sure we engage the parents and engage the kids, so that we have to know their progress in their school and know their progress in the academy they're attending. These things are very important.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're right. Creating balance. We call it creating balance between the education and football, which is exactly what we are bringing to the country. We're going to ensure that they do not leave their education, and at the same time, they have the proper training, proper development. In addition, we're also ensuring that we have psychology session. It's very important for athletes in general. Any athlete across the globe needs to go through psychology session. And we're going to have the nutrition session by an expert who will be taking these boys through nutrition, because it's part of it. You cannot grow, you cannot be better a player without having proper nutrition. And then thirdly, which is equally important, is mental health. mental health is very important, because I've seen many young players break down when they lose or when they are not selected. But then when they are going, when they grow up going through mental health session, it allows them to be able to endure, to accept, any situation that they may face in life. So these are what we are bringing to the country as a package for a football academy. We don't leave anything out, including the education. Every single thing. It's a complete holistic player development approach we're bringing to the country. And I believe if, like you said, I always say, I call it stakeholders. If everyone play their part, which we, the coaches, the parents, and then the players and the society at large, the community at large, I think we will, in a couple of years, will produce, superstars from Nigeria. And most importantly, this is the part I love the most. We will bring back the glory. We'll bring back the Nigeria lost glory. Exactly. Back in the late 90s, Nigeria was, many people across the globe know Nigeria because of football. But now it's gone. What's happening? What happened? We need to bring back, revive this glory, and we can do it. Coach, and I believe with Yoshi, we will do it.
Coach, one more thing is this: we are Nigerians. We grew up in Nigeria. We come here. We have seen it. We have seen it all here.
Absolutely.
So we are just like, okay, let's step our feet back to the society.
Yeah.
And give back to the society. This is exactly what we are doing.
Absolutely.
It's different between, we are not like, it's not like one white man is coming to Nigeria to do stuff. It's like the Nigerian is coming to Nigeria
exactly
to run this kind of I call it institution.
Absolutely.
Because what you mentioned about the psychology, the mental care, and what you got to do with is institution.
Absolutely.
And like you rightly pointed out, if the community cooperates, even the government, the government, if the government need to, because if it supports also, everyone needs to support, then we will take it off from there. And in the next couple of years and the months, months and years, you will start seeing those people playing, those kids playing
at a top
scientific
level.
At top level. When that opportunity comes for them to move, and they go there and they compete. And coach, another thing is this: if peradventure which we are going to look at, and which is going to happen, so we can look at them if they are ready. And if everything works out well, there are a lot of tournament that goes on here in Dubai. There are a lot of tournament goes in Pakistan,
across the globe,
in England, in US. We can take them there. You participate for exposure and everything. This like we said, it's just an institution. So we are stepping in with a lot of package and everything. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And this reminds me, it's part of what we are bringing in also, to be taking them for football camp across the globe, UAE, Europe, anyway. It's definitely what we're going to do. And we're hoping by December, we will take some of the boys for a football camp to enhance their level of exposure and confidence to compete with other boys of their age across the globe. So finally, I would like to emphasize on the importance of the player development, grassroots player development. People, parents need to understand, it's just like education. If you want your kid to become a lawyer, a doctor, or any profession, you see them taking their kids to the best private schools, to the best university, so that they will be taught by the best teachers and lecturers. So it's the same thing with football also. If you really want your kid to become professional, to be at the top level, you need to take them to the right environment, to the best academy, to be taught by the best coaches. And this is what we are bringing as with Yochi Football Academy. We are ensuring that your kid will get the right development, that eventually become professional football player and represent Nigeria ultimately. So we really looking forward to this exciting journey. It's a huge journey for us. It's a huge step we're taking to go back home and start this program. And we hope that, as we said earlier, we'll get the support from all stakeholders, including the government itself, to ensure that we bring back the lost glory of Nigerian football in general. So yeah, thank you. At this point, I think, Coach, thank you so much for joining me today and discuss on this. And I think we're gonna have an exciting time in Nigeria.
Yeah. One more thing, Coach. The issue of grassroots development. We keep on saying we are going back to drawing board. We are going back to drawing board. This is the time to go back to that drawing board.
Absolutely.
And get it right. And probably in the next couple of days or weeks, we are going to be in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And we keep the ball rolling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nigerians.